People don't know the difference of the Mormon attitude toward Jesus. Many people think he is exactly as any other religion considers him. Would you quickly tell us the difference?
Oh, that's a complicated one. I defend the Mormons on this score because they don't, they don't believe in the Trinity, although I had a whole thing I was going to tell you how their own scriptures are the opposite of some of the commonly taught doctrine. But they do believe Jesus was their Savior. They do believe Jesus forgives sins. They do believe that Jesus was the first one resurrected. They are Christian in all those senses. Born-again Christians, fundamentalists, see huge differences, and that's an ongoing argument, and I just want to leave it there because there's no solving of it. My children are Christians in my mind, and good Christians.
Do you have any thoughts on having a Mormon president?
Well, I'm not going to address that one here because we're a nonprofit corporation, the Humanists, and they've asked me not to talk about anything political. I'm happy to talk to you about it afterwards. I did mention last time that there are oaths and covenants that are taken in the temple that require you to agree to dedicate everything you have to the upbuilding of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And that's where it may become a sticky wicket issue for a Mormon candidate, but that's all I'm going to say.
Something that's worth mentioning is that some of these doctrines about the sun and the moon and the blacks and the priesthood, even the recent allowing the blacks to have the priesthood in 1978, is not something that like a lot of members even know about. Like a new member of the church may not ever find out that blacks didn't once have the priesthood. It's just kind of swept underneath the rug. It's candy coated, and so they may hear that going, "Oh no, that's not true." Well, it was true for most of the church's history, but they kind of hide the history and candy coat the history, so they have to go kind of digging for it.
I've had a lot of young people. I'm on an internet email list of ex-Mormons who really discuss a lot of this stuff, especially the family issues. But a lot of the young ones will come on and say, "That's not true. I was never taught that." Well, they probably weren't. But those of us that are over 25 remember certain doctrines very well. Dennis, I'm sure you remember that.
I remember it.
He's an old
Mrs. Emmett, is there anything good given your experience within and without the Mormon church?
Well, I covered that last time, and I told you to watch the DVD, and you didn't.
Oh, God.
That's my brother. He told me that. And he's still a Mormon. Sort of. Sort of.
My dad and mom married in a civil ceremony. My dad is a Mormon, my mom wasn't. They lived together for 22 years, divorced when I was 17. I was not baptized in any church until later. The question I have is my dad ended up with his new wife baptizing twice a week the dead. And he did that until he died.
Baptizing what?
In
the temple, you mean?
Yeah, he'd go to the temple in Boise and baptize people, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, where am I in the conception of his mind, where am I in his baptism in heaven? Well, now, I know where I am. I'm pretty clear.
He can't do anything until you die, and he'll be dead before you, so you may be spared. But there may be a relative. I mean, they baptize everybody. I didn't want to be facetious about my brother's question, but there's just a lot of good in Mormonism. They are very family-oriented, but I will tell you, when you leave, that family is first goes out the window.
I am here.
Huh?
I am here.
Hey, you also didn't speak to me for about 4 years.
Because I'm a Mormon and I have a couple of brothers that have been excommunicated. And you love your family dearly. And it hurts so much when there's that kind of a separation. But they are family. And so we love them.
Well, every family's different. I want him.
You made it clear
I'm done
about
with time,
the,
so that'd be the last one.
you know, we know how they feel about the whites and the blacks. What about the Muslims, the Asians, people of islands?
They try to convert them.
Do they have a different, understanding?
It's very muddy, theology. Just very muddy. I mean, it's like, and that was a big one for me. Okay, you got the blacks, you got the whites. What about all the brown and yellow and the, you know? Were they semi-fence sitters? You know, Kevin, did they come down the wrong freeway or what? You know, that question about what's good in Mormonism is a hard one for me because a lot of us who've left, we really do acknowledge a lot of good from that, but I don't think it was any more good than in a lot of other churches. And I will hang around afterwards if anybody else wants to ask questions, because as you can see, I did about 1/4. Oh, a couple of things. Monday night and Tuesday night is a 2-hour and a 2-hour special on the Mormons, which I've heard. I mean, I know a lot of people who were interviewed for it, and on PBS, and it's supposed to be quite well done and pretty balanced. And then I mentioned the movie coming out September Dawn, and then I've got websites here if anybody's interested at all in today. Knowing more about Mormonism.
Put LDS.org in that website.
Put that one here.
I figured you would.
I don't publicize propaganda.